Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by a full house, Dan Tack.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, Ben Hansen.
Hello.
And Leo Vader.
Hello.
What are we looking at?
Holy God, Dan Tack. This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, otherwise known as Game Informer's new cover story for the month.
That's right. And I can't wait to reveal everything about this game.
All right,
That's
start
right.
from the top.
Okay, it's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. No, so Dan Tack and Brian Shea and I went out to Infinity Ward and spent a couple days learning all about the game. This is some of the gameplay footage that we captured. As you can tell from the high level of play, this is certainly not Dan Tack.
Oh,
Wow, dude.
That's really rude.
Are we really doing that?
incredibly rude.
This
Dintak, just want to say Dintak, my friend and coworker, cherish him greatly.
Yeah,
Thanks,
same.
man.
This is Justin, the QA lead over at Infinity Ward. We captured his screen so we can show off some high-level play here. But this is just Team Deathmatch on one of the new maps. But we're going to kind of give a tour of some of the things we learned. Definitely all throughout the month, GameInformer.com/Modern Warfare, we're rolling out a ton of details. This is the lightest tease. This is like not even an appetizer. This is
An amuse-bouche.
an amuse
I love it.
douche, as they say. But there's a lot more coming throughout the month. So this is, again, Team Deathmatch on one of the new maps for Modern Warfare.
Yeah, so a mode everybody knows, Team Deathmatch. We're in a map called Azure Cave, which you're going to see. So right now we're playing during the day with everything on, HUD on, and all that other stuff. We're going to take a look at it in a different mode in a little bit. First, you can see this is classic COD right here, you know?
But the interesting thing about that trip overall, Dan, is how much they emphasized, you know, it's always Call of Duty marketing beats, but at the same point, they emphasized, like, hey, we really rebuilt the hell out of this engine.
And
we
they did.
rebuilt Call of Duty from the ground up. And so when you look at it and say, it looks like Call of Duty, they're a little bit surprised about it, but like, oh, we think it feels pretty different.
And it does, but it's more of a subtle touch. I mean, for most people who are looking at this, it's like, yes, this is Team Deathmatch. You know exactly what you're getting in a Call of Duty Team Deathmatch experience. Hey, look at this.
Here's a twist.
This is the gunsmith. This is super cool. This is basically extensive customization options for your guns. You know, all Call of Duties have this to some extent, but you can really, you know, in the time we had to play with it, like I made all kinds of really cool weapons. And what you put on the weapon is actually just as important as what you take off. Like they're not going to show it here, but there's with the shotgun is one of my favorite weapons, and they're usually kind of like divisive in the Call of Duty games. Like usually they're either strong or weak, mostly weak.
So you're saying there's pros and cons to certain attachments?
Yeah, all attachments have pros and cons, but you can sometimes just go without the attachment too. Like for the shotgun, you can just strip the barrel off of that thing.
What?
And then
Sawn
like
off?
you basically get basically turn it into a hand cannon, so you can run around super fast and just blow people away. It's a lot of fun. You got
Cool.
perks. You got 3 perks to pick. This uses the create a class system.
Going back to basics, baby.
Yep. But there's so much depth in the gun itself, so you still kind of feel like you almost got you definitely have the customization of a pick 10 system, but a lot of it is very dependent on your weapon.
Yeah, and so they said, like, you know, the overall design here, talking to Jeff Smith, one of the multiplayer design leads, he was emphasizing, like, you know, we want, in this one, to treat your gun like it's an MMO character with the level of customization you can do here. So, yeah, they mentioned the shotgun thing, how you, as they phrased it, you can make a sniper shotgun.
You can.
Or you can make an M4 with a pistol grip. Like, you can really get wild with
You
this
can
stuff.
really make zany guns, and as you can see, as he scrolls through there's these little pluses and minuses for every attachment and mod. So
Some of the minuses are that they kill people.
yeah, that's an unfortunate
Guilt.
aspect of these weapons.
Doesn't it make it tricky knowing what's shooting you from afar? If it can be any combination of things that this person is shooting
So
you with?
one of the really cool things that we also found out while we were there is, say you get killed by somebody and you're like, wow, that dude's kit is super powerful. You just click a button and boom, you copy his loadout.
What?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, that's a really neat thing.
Yeah, and they also said they're working on the idea of like being able to share recipes with friends. It's kind of like a more direct link like that, recipes for the gun that is. Also, one of my favorite things in here is, I don't know if it's in this build yet, but they said that they're hoping to be able to add the ability to like change the name of the gun. So you can name all your custom guns. And like, it's a dumb example, but Jeff Smith's example is like, you know, people want Excalibur. They don't want Broadsword number 3. Like, you want a cool sounding name for your gun here.
Yeah.
That would be
Mary.
pretty nice. Oh yeah, of course. and the customs, some of the cool like lethal attack options we play with. The proximity mine was my favorite. If you're not so great at landing your grenades or other devices, just throwing proximity mines like you're playing GoldenEye was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Just strap them on walls and let them blow people up. Here we go. This is crazy.
This is where it gets nuts.
This is
Hold
actually where it gets
on to
nuts.
your screens, everybody.
This played so unlike any Call of Duty I've ever played. The night mode is really like, I don't know if it's gonna be my thing, but it's gonna be somebody's thing. Probably the people who were like more into an extremely tactical experience rather than just run and gun, shoot people, get kill streaks.
Yes.
So this
This
is
is
a
like-
different mode. This isn't just part of the team deathmatch rotation.
Right. So we've got night mode on, which obviously makes it night and includes the night vision aspect, and we've also got realism mode on here, which is very similar to what players know as hardcore in Call of
But
Duty.
there's also hardcore in here right now, and everything
Right.
was still a little bit in
So-
flux. Like
so the
exactly,
difference-
yeah.
The difference between realism and hardcore, working. This is all working. You know, who knows if it's going to end up this way? But realism is basically hardcore with full health instead of half health, deadlier headshots, and that was pretty much it.
And so even like how you
He's
get
got
to
no
realism
HUD.
was a little bit up in the air. Like we don't know if it's going to be a playlist necessary and exactly how these things are going to be formatted. But the studio's in love with especially playing it at night and how it turns it into almost a terrifying experience. Like you don't
Yeah.
know who
It's
or
very
where
stealthy.
anybody is.
You don't know
Yeah.
where anything is. Anybody could be anywhere. If you ADS, aim down sights in this mode, your laser will show, give your position away. So there's a lot of like cat and mouse
Huh.
shenanigans.
Is there friendly fire?
Not
this
in, not in
mode?
this.
Yeah.
Not in this, but who knows if that's an option that we'll have available later.
Something you'll like, Leo, which is pretty crafty, is you can actually this map probably not necessarily because these houses look pretty rudimentary. But if there's electricity, you can turn lights on and off.
And you can blow somebody's night vision out with that. Like if you
Yeah.
turn the light on in front of them so they can't see if they have the NVG on. This is all with NVG on. If he took this off, most of the areas in this map are completely pitch black.
Yeah.
There are pockets of light. You go in that cave. I took my mask off in there. I couldn't see anything. Literally a pitch black screen. It was.
He was
It's very
staring at the
interesting.
wall for like 15 minutes. Also, we should mention, because you can see that weird thing
Yeah,
falling
what
every
is
once in
that?
a while. That's a glitch. So the build we played is probably earlier than even the multiplayer event that's happening right now.
Yeah.
And so as they emphasize, like, hey, dev goggles on a fair amount. There's going to be some bugs in here that have probably been worked out by the time
Yeah.
you're seeing other multiplayer event footage, including, you know, team audio and stuff like that. Other things we didn't cover, but it was happening so fast, is that when you're starting up on the map now, for the first time ever in Call of Duty, as far as I know, that they're showing people actually going to the map.
Yeah,
like
so you-
actually the truck dropping people off, the helicopter, which is interesting because people have compared it to like, oh, it's a little bit like Titanfall.
Yeah, instead of just sitting there and waiting for the countdown, so you can move, you have the infill screen, or you come in on a chopper or a truck or a van or what have you. A little bit more immersion to the multiplayer experience.
Realism, some might say.
That's the word we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is in all modes, not just this realism mode, which is,
Right.
again, it might not, it's hard to convey the sense of how you feel while you're just watching this video. But this mode is like so strange and terrifying compared to other Call of Duty modes where it's just like, get up, shoot somebody in the back, get shot in the back. You know how it is, right? Have fun, get your kill streaks,
Yeah.
Right.
kill people. This is like slinking around in the dark, listening for breath. It's
a little bit more of some of the tension even from a battle royale, right?
yeah, I would. It was definitely the most tense Call of Duty experience I've had. And again, I'm not sure if I like it yet or not. It's wholly different.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is just an option. This isn't the whole game. You've still got your classic modes.
Right.
But I think this is really going to appeal to a certain segment of players.
I love that kills don't even pop up.
Right. You do not even have. There's no hit detection, Leo. You don't even know if you've killed a guy.
Yeah, there's no obituaries,
Yeah.
as they put it. Yeah.
So if you like just shoot through a wall and try to kill somebody, you don't know if you actually get them or not.
I like that.
Yeah.
Right, right.
That's again only on this realism mode.
Yeah. Insurgency flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, and you can see one of the interacting with the doors is also a big thing here in this Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah, because
experience.
it's crazy, just that basic idea of, we decided to add doors to multiplayer maps, where it's like, oh, and they were even debating on the team whether it's still going to feel like Call of Duty.
Right.
But they said it's nice to have like these stop gaps every once in a while, right, just to halt the action. And so if you're looking down sights and go up to a door, I don't know if Justin here is going to do it, but you can actually slowly open the door,
you can peek in, throw stuff in there.
or you can do the new move, which is a tactical sprint, as they put it, where you can charge through the door.
yes. Yeah, you
Sweet. Knock people down on the
can.
other
So you
side.
can charge through the door. You can open the door. You can blow the door up. On all the doors, feature bullet penetration of some kind, and so there's a lot of. You can't just form like a complete stronghold and camp behind the door or anything because lots of stuff can still happen to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And this guy's using the aforementioned sniper shotgun, right?
Is he?
Seems like he's trying to take some long-range fights at the
I'm
shotgun.
not
Oh,
quite sure
really?
what he's using right now. I haven't.
I'm sure
that
he's
might
trying
be
to
a-
show it off in some unique way. But
This
I
might
don't
be
know.
the marksman rifle, not a shotty.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not entirely sure.
pump action.
It's hard to tell. It could just be one of the. Is it pump action? I know
Looks
there's
like it.
there's like a single shot marksman rifle. Oh, here we go. Night vision's off.
Here we go, baby.
Nice.
Ooh, night vision off, compression for our videos are on.
This looks like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. When you turn the night vision off, it's so beautiful all of a sudden.
Yeah, honestly, they compared it to Splinter Cell. They also compared another new mode, Cyber Attack, to Splinter Cell as well. And so that was more of like a tug of war. They compared it to like, it's kind of like we wanted to improve Search and Destroy.
Yeah, it's their take on Search and Destroy, and it does include some really cool stuff like it's one death and you're down, but you can be resurrected for the entire length of the match. There's no like timer to get you back up.
Yeah. And
So
Like Siege.
yeah, my favorite mode that they showed off, which they've been showing for a little bit now, is called Gunfight, which is a focused 2v2 set weapons, more of a duel. They kind of compared the maps, which are all custom for Gunfight, to a little bit like of a paintball type thing. But we're going to be showing more of that gameplay later on in the month at GameInformer.com/Modern Warfare.
and I noticed he's taking his mask off, but it's still kind of bright. Like it was not my experience with it at all. Like you can actually see with it off. I couldn't.
Yeah,
But it may have just been where I was standing.
that could be.
But yeah,
Sun's rising.
gunfight is super cool too.
I think it's super fun. But definitely let us know. We have other multiplayer captured. Like if you want to see different modes and stuff like that, we can tweak our month of content. But again, we're kicking it off on Tuesday. And we're rolling out a lot of new features about the campaign, video interviews with the developers, rapid fire interview with Joel, the studio art director who came from Respawn. So there's a lot of fun stuff to dive into with them. Jeff,
Excellent.
you like what you see?
Yeah, it's more Call of Duty.
There it
You're
is.
not
Saying
supposed to
all
say
the
that
right
though.
Well, this is this mode right here is not anything like Call of Duty, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I see guns.
There are guns. There are guns.
All right.
Well, don't spoil the month of coverage.
Excellent. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for talking about the game, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.